Brian
That's
Meredith
it.
is back. Is that just more of a favor to him, or is it someone you're looking at potentially signing?
No, it's a favor to him as well. He's back in town, and because the thing in Sweden sort of ended for him. But there's right now the situation in Phoenix is one where they might need a goalkeeper now because I think they had an injury down there as well. So we told them we'd bring Meredith into training, evaluate him as well, and there's a possibility that he might be helping out Phoenix in the short term while Weber's up here.
Any more clarity on Schmid now that he's been to the specialist?
He was supposed to see a specialist today. Yeah. So I don't have
Nothing
any.
yet.
Yeah, I don't have anything yet.
In general, how do you feel about the goalkeeping situation?
I mean, you got to feel about it the way it is. I mean, it's just it's not something you can avoid right now. We got to wait for Schmid and Marcus to get healthy. So we've got Weber, we've got Herrick as a backup probably for this weekend, as it looks like right now, and we just got to, it'll work.
Anything more on, say, Oba or Evans?
Well, Oba went through the full training today, so we were happy with that. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow. What he did yesterday didn't impact him in regards to today, so he felt good. Evans' situation is one that he did more today, but we wanted him to avoid contact. He wanted to be in some of the possession and in some of the stuff we were doing, but I wanted him to avoid contact today.
You guys are looking pretty thin in the center of the midfield. Is that
we're looking pretty thin at a few places?
Yeah,
but,
well, I mean, is
not
that
the only place.
Do you suspect that some guys might have to play out of position this week?
Don't know yet. We got to see how everything comes together at the end of the day, and how some guys. Jimmy's feeling better. He feels maybe he can come back in on Thursday. So we got to see. We got to see how Evans feels as well going into Thursday. We just wanted him because his is an injury that was a contact injury. We wanted him to avoid that. So it's too early in the week to make any predictions that way.
How have the consistent starts changed or impacted how Servando plays?
I think it's helped Servando. I would say anytime you get on the field week in and week out, it helps you. It helps your confidence and helps you get into a rhythm of play. And so I think he's done fairly well, for what he's been asked to do. And he's the same. I mean, he's had to play with different partners all the time as well.
Do you know yet if any of your guys are going to be brought in for the next round of Gold Cup?
There's always speculation. Jurgen said he would give me a call after they find out exactly who their opponent is in the next round. And then it depends where they're at, in terms of their injuries and their needs. So, Eddie Johnson and Brad are both on that possibility list. So we'll see.
Might you call in a favor?
Well, right now we're pretty banged up, so we'll see how that works out.
Maybe he can send you a guy instead?
Yeah, we've asked about that, and hopefully, we'll see. Actually, I got to think that one through. I got to decide who I really want then.
Sure, the league would be fine with that, right?
Yeah, Our league never has issues with any of that stuff.
This game on Saturday was at 8. Now it's at 1. How does it differ preparing for a day game rather than a night game?
Well, we'd rather have the game be at 8, but we want our fans to be there at 1 because that's when they're telling us we're going to kick off. So, we want our fans there. It's a little bit different. It changes. Guys, most of our games are in the evening. Guys have a body rhythm for that in terms of when they go to sleep the night before, when they get up the day of the game, and knowing that you got a 1 o'clock game, you really got to eat by 9. Changes things for guys in preparation for sure. So it alters it, but hopefully, the result will be what we want it to be at home.
How have you felt about the attacking free kicks and set plays in those situations this year?
Again, it's for us. We keep talking about it, consistency. We've had obviously Morrow serves the ball at times when he's in there. Now we've had Nagel serve the ball. Kasky was serving the ball in the games he played. So we've had different people serve the ball. I mean, the key for successful free kicks is service. And, we haven't gotten as many goals, haven't been as dangerous as we were last year. And I think our service has just been a little more inconsistent, and we need to make that consistent.
Do opponents then get the opportunity or freedom to foul a little bit more often in those tight situations if you're not threatening?
No, there's always fouls on set pieces. If you look in there and you monitor it closely, and that's something some guys monitor it. Sometimes you see a call get made and you say on a free kick and you say, man, that happened 10 times earlier already. Why was the 11th one called? So it's a difficult situation for referees on those kind of set pieces, but I don't think success or non-success leads the team to foul more or less.
I don't think you can train to avoid injuries, but does anything change in kind of your guys' practice routine?
No, if anything, we've tried to step it up a little bit these last 2 days in terms of training. We want the guys to, to compete a little bit more at training. So we, want everybody to understand that, training has to be harder than the games. And so, if we're getting some injuries in games, maybe it's because training hasn't been hard enough at times. That's one way to look at it. But, we're not abandoning what we're doing. We feel we're a fit team. We feel that the recovery and the regeneration is an important aspect of our training rhythm. So, but we're asking that in the short bouts that we're working, that we want them to work.
How big of a ongoing concern is Shawry's injury, and has that gone the way you hoped it would this year?
Well, obviously, the very blatant answer is it hasn't gone the way we had hoped for it to go this year. With Shawry, we felt we could add a player here who with his experience could really help us, especially because his ability to organize and be vocal on the field. And his injuries have not allowed him to be on the field consistently. They've impacted his fitness level as well. As he was coming back then, and he was a little disappointed in his playing time. You saw the energy he put in against DC, and you saw the type of game he had against Vancouver, and that was the guy we thought we'd have for the majority of the time. But then another injury comes and sets that back again. So, obviously we would have wanted him to stay injury-free and maintain better fitness. Would have allowed him to impact the game a lot better than he has so far.
I mean, is there a reasonable hope that he can get back to full fitness soon, or is he?
We always
ways
hope.
away?
We always hope for that. So it's a matter of again, he did work inside yesterday. He did a little bit outside today, a little bit of bike. Then he went inside to do more work. So we'll evaluate where he's at. He'll come in. It's an off day for the majority of the players, but not an off day for somebody like Shawry. So he comes in tomorrow, and we see where he's at.
Is there something that kept Patrick Ayani from practice today?
Apparently he was sick, flu-like symptoms, throwing up at home. He's another one who's not had a good run with injuries and sickness. So.
Anything else?
Give your full 90 with the Sounders FC mobile app, featuring live audio, matchday blog, and much more to keep you connected. Download your app at soundersfc.com/mobile.